Hello Nishad,
Hi Zahir,
how are you?
I'm pretty good. Zahir, how are you?
I'm fine. So we are here for this week assignment. Um, the question is um, to discuss the example of importance being nimble in all aspects of film's operation, that is to be in a position to be maximally flexible, adaptable, and speedy in response to change. And the first question is, how might a leader's values increase or decrease their effectiveness as they approach their role? And the second question is, how might a leader's emotional intelligence increase or decrease their effectiveness in a leadership role? So are you ready?
I am absolutely ready.
Yeah. So I will go first, and after that you can discuss about this. So so Nishad, what I think the leader's effectiveness is very much dependent on the values they possess while carrying out the working approach. Leader can increase or decrease their effectiveness based on how much a leader gives importance to the leadership values. Now there are some things which includes in their values, which are the leader should keep themselves focused towards their goals, because if the leaders are not focused on their goals, how the team members will be focused on their goals? Because leaders always introduce the goals and give the walking path to their team members. Being goal oriented is very important for this cause. Another thing is leaders are responsible for setting an example for others to follow. As I said in first part, leaders always leave a footprint to follow their team members. They follow their footprints, and they make them a role model for team members, for their employees to follow them. So leaders should choose their way very carefully, because their way are being followed by their team members. Another, leader should be brave enough to take responsibilities. Sometimes there are very brave decisions which leaders have to take, and for that they have to keep their emotions back and everything, and they have to take the decisions on the right time. Another thing, leaders should maintain good team environment. As I said, friendly environment is very important. Hostile environment do not keep the team members feel much better, as in the friendly environment they can show their more progress, they can do much better work with their energy, and with open minded. And the last thing, leaders should make sure that there is no communication gap between them and team members. Whenever team members want them, leaders should be available. It may be by in person, by calls, or anything. Because if there is a communication gap, if someone else is telling you the team member wants this, that will be not much better. So there should be a direct connection between leaders and team members. Now, in the second question, I would like to tell it is very important for a leader to be emotionally intelligent, because this might increase or decrease their effectiveness in leadership role as well. The impact, some of the factors of the impact on the leadership emotional intelligence, I would like to say, the first of all, a leader should possess self-awareness quality. He should be self-aware. His whole personality should be a awareness quality for their team members. Leaders should know their strengths and weaknesses, and they should know how to control them. At some part, because of some behaviors, some team members' behaviors, some part leaders get emotional, get angry. Uh, they can get any kind of hurt from their team member. At that point, they have to control their emotion, because they have to be 100% professional in their to achieve the goals. Another thing, leaders should possess self regulation quality by being disciplined. If the leaders are not disciplined themselves, then how he expect the team members can be uh, disciplined? Another thing, a leader should be motivated to achieve the goals. Team members get the strength, team members get the motivation, team members get the uh, interest to get the goals from the leader. If the leader is himself is motivated, the team members uh, automatically they get motivated. So it all depend on the leader. Social skills are also plays a vital role for the leaders. If a leader is socially good, then they can communicate to their team members better. So good communication between the team is necessary for achieving the goals.
All right.
Now you can, what do you think about the questions?
All right. As far as the
Yeah.
first question is concerned, it says that how might a leader's values increase or decrease their effectiveness as they approach their role? So I would say when the leader has a higher emotional intelligence quotient, his value increases as a leader as he approaches their role. Also, while their value can decrease, if they don't have the higher emotional quotient, which would not make them as effective. And as you said before, that a leader should possess some important qualities, like supporting his team members and being close to the team members who are working underneath him. For me, I think that is one of the most important traits a leader should have, because some things they just revolve around the staff, around the employees, in between employees. It doesn't go up, it doesn't go outside, it doesn't go to their bosses. So the things which are very concerning, small little things which remain within the staff, which remain within the employees themselves, it doesn't reach to their bosses. Small little things which are very important. And the boss has to know that, but somehow he doesn't know that because it doesn't reach to them. It doesn't reach to him or her, whoever the boss is. So it's very important for a boss to establish that close relationship with the employees, that intimacy with the employees, because they have to deal ultimately with the employees who will be running the company. Ultimately, the boss just lays his foundation and his aim and his goal, but the work is done by the employees. So he has to know his employees, what they think, how they think, what's going on in there, in between them. So he has to be very focused and he has to be very close to them. That's the thing. And he also has to be very motivated. He has to constantly be motivated and keep his employees hungry, and that depends on him how he does it. But he has to get the best out of his employees, and to get the best out of his employees, he has to know what's going on within his employees. So he has to constantly make his employees thrive, to work harder and harder. That would only happen if he is close to his employees and he knows his employees. That's the only way that will happen. So in order to achieve the target, in order to achieve their aim, the leader has to keep on motivating their employees, his employees, the company has, and that's the only way. So forming a close relationship with the employees, forming that bond with the employees has multiple benefits. Now I'll jump on to the second question, which says that it asks us that how might a leader's emotional intelligence increase or decrease their effectiveness in the leadership role? Now, as you said again, your answers were pretty good and they were so nice. And I have no doubt that the professor would be absolutely amazed by how you answered. And my answer would be the same. A leader is the most influential person of the organization and leads the whole group. And if the leader and the boss show better emotional intelligence, they can succeed better at achieving the target. Now, the boss with better self-awareness, self-management, and social awareness and relationship management tend to perform a better job. And that's true. Now, when I say self-awareness, that means the ability to know emotions as well as your strengths and weaknesses. So he is aware of his strengths. So he knows his weaknesses and his strengths, and he can act according to that. And now the second thing, the second most important thing is self-awareness. He knows, no, sorry, self-management, I guess. Yeah, self-management. Yeah, sorry, self-management. Self-management is the ability to control both positive and negative emotions and impulses and be flexible and adaptive as situations warrant. So he is very managed. He knows how to manage himself, his emotions and his impulses, which makes him very effective towards achieving the goal which he and his company has set. The third thing is the social awareness, so the ability to have empathy for others, navigate politically and network proactively. That means that he knows what things can affect his employees, what things can affect people around him. So a leader is well aware of socially what a decision of his, what his actions can bring to the society or to the people around him. So he knows that, and that's a good sign of a good leader. And now the fourth and the last thing is the relationship management. Now the ability to inspire through a persuasive communication, motivation, building bonds, and disarming conflict among individuals. So he knows, again, relationship is kind of close to social awareness. Leadership management is kind of close to self-awareness, because leadership management is basically how you manage your relation with the other employees. If you want to be good to them, if you want to be a good leader, you need to know how to manage the relationships around you, because your relationship is the most important thing. If you have a good relationship with your employees are going to respect you. Your employees are going to follow each and every word that you give them. Your employees are going to like you. The employees are going to feel at home. They are going to feel at home. They are going to feel that there is a person who understands me. They know that there is a person who understands me. So they are going to work even harder for you, because they know that you are a good boss, and your and your relationship with them is very special. So working for a good boss is very effective and is very it's kind of a good thing. It's a good sign of a good leader. And yeah, that's my answer for both the questions ultimately. So
It
basically,
was very, very
just you can
fruitful,
words.
very good explanation of all of that. There was a very good conversation with you, Nishad. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being here, and good luck for your assignment, and see you in the class. Thank you so much.
All right, Zahir, see you. Thanks for being there. All right, thanks.